AWS Step Functions Description. Serverless workflow orchestration service that allows you to coordinate and automate complex processes across multiple AWS services. Prerequisites. AWS account with necessary permissions to create and manage Step Functions resources. Basic understanding of AWS services such as Lambda, SQS, and SNS. Use cases. Workflow automation, automating complex processes such as order fulfillment, customer onboarding, or data processing. Microservices orchestration, coordinating the execution of multiple microservices to achieve a larger business goal. Data processing pipelines, managing the flow of data between different processing stages, such as ingestion, transformation, and analysis. Serverless application development, implementing event-driven architectures and automating tasks in serverless applications. Steps. Define workflow states, break down your workflow into individual states, each representing a specific task or operation. Configure state transitions, define the flow of execution between states, specifying the conditions and actions that trigger transitions. Deploy workflow, create a state machine, which is a representation of your workflow, and deploy it to AWS Step Functions. Trigger execution, initiate the execution of your workflow by sending an event or invoking an API endpoint. Monitor workflow progress, track the status of your workflow execution, view logs, and troubleshoot issues using the Step Functions console or API. Challenges and fixes. State machine complexity, managing large and intricate workflows with multiple states and transitions. Use nested states, structure your workflow into smaller, more manageable units by nesting states within other states. Use sub-machines, define reusable sub-workflows as separate state machines that can be invoked from within your main workflow. Error handling, addressing potential failures and exceptions within your workflow. Use error states, define specific error states to handle different types of errors and exceptions gracefully. Use retries, configure retries for certain states to automatically attempt execution again if an error occurs. Implement error handling mechanisms, implement strategies to capture, log, and notify about errors, allowing for troubleshooting and recovery. State machine debugging, troubleshooting issues and understanding the flow of execution within your workflow. Use Step Functions console, use the Step Functions console to visualize the workflow execution graph, view logs, and monitor progress. Use CloudWatch logs, utilize CloudWatch logs to track execution history, capture error messages, and gain insights into workflow behavior. Performance optimization, improving the speed and efficiency of workflow execution. Use parallel execution, execute multiple states concurrently to accelerate execution time for independent tasks. Task optimization, optimize individual tasks within your workflow to improve their efficiency and reduce execution time. Use caching strategies, implement caching mechanisms to avoid redundant computations and improve overall performance. Security, securing your workflow and its underlying resources. Use ING roles and policies, control access to your state machines and underlying resources using ING roles and policies to enforce permissions. Secure state machine configuration, restrict access to your state machine definition and protect it from unauthorized modifications. Use encryption encrypt sensitive data at rest and in transit using mechanisms provided by AWS. Services. Integration with other services connecting your workflow to other AWS services and external systems. Use AWS Lambda invoke Lambda functions from your workflow to execute custom code and perform complex operations. Use Amazon SQS utilize SQS queues to decouple workflow components and handle asynchronous communication. Use Amazon SNS utilize SNS topics to broadcast notifications and events related to your workflow. Use API Gateway expose your workflow as an API endpoint for external applications to interact with it. Use other AWS services integrate your workflow with other AWS services such as DynamoDB, S3, and Redshift to perform data storage, retrieval, and processing.